It's not subtle. And before you say, I'm just being nice to everyone, let's skip that part for once, M dash. Because we both know the emotional bandwidth you're giving isn't distributed equally anymore. I'm not accusing you of cheating or whatever dramatic thing. I'm not accusing you of cheating or whatever dramatic thing, M dash. I'm saying I feel like I've been quietly downgraded from best friend to background character in your life while someone new gets the main character energy. This here, main character energy, ChatGPT oriented. They use words like vibe and like energy and like, I don't know. It's weird. Or like best friend to background character in your, I don't know. This is so weird. Can we talk about this honestly, or is this the point where you're going to deflect again and tell me I'm overthinking? Which I think is, yeah, great way to have a real conversation is to just like kind of throw a pebble at somebody when you're done making your point. That's good. I don't know. I hear you saying a lot about how I'm acting different, but I don't really see it that way. I'm still the same with you as I've always been. If it feels off to you, maybe there's more about where you're at right now than anything I'm doing. I'm not trying to downgrade anyone, just living life and talking to people who are around. We're good though, right? And then we've got a really interesting response. This is okay, M dash, classic deflection. You flipped it on me, minimized everything I said, and now you're acting like I'm the one projecting. I laid out specific examples and you just blanket denied them. That tells me everything I need to know. If this is how you handle honesty, by gaslighting and playing dumb, then yeah, we're clearly not on the same page anymore. I'm not chasing someone who's already checked out emotionally. Take care, I guess. The truth is, dude, like, I can't focus on anything someone else says if I can tell it was written by ChatGPT. Same with comments. Sometimes comments on these videos, like, I can just tell. Just some weird comments pop up. It's like, that's clearly written by a bot of some kind, or ChatGPT, or some kind of agent, or whatever. I immediately disregard anything. I think I told this story before quickly, but one time I was going through a rough patch, and on Facebook, I asked for advice from friends. All of them were very honest and genuine, and one of them was clearly written by ChatGPT, because it was like, it's not just blank, it's blah. You're not broken. You're da-da-da-da-da. It was like, huh? With M dashes and everything, and like the spacing, and I know that this person doesn't talk like that. I know, because I know them. And I was like, I'm not responding to that. That's freaking nuts. Don't use ChatGPT to talk to your friends, you dip. So this person says, wait a second, I just realized you've been using words like cheating like we're in a relationship. Laughing emoji. Combined with all those M dashes, I think you're using ChatGPT to text for you. And then the other person said, okay, fine, I said cheating once, but that was just a bad word choice, LOL. I meant emotionally cheating on our friendship, not like actual relationship stuff. Chill. And then the I's are lowercase and running on sentences, no periods, no M dashes. I'm not using ChatGPT. What the F? That's so random. Why would I even need that to talk to my best friend? I just type fast and think about what I'm saying. That's all. You're reaching so hard right now. If you want to turn this around on me instead of admitting you've been switching up, then whatever. I'm over it for real. Yeah, suddenly all the grammar is out the window and everything is, yeah, this is clearly, nuts. I don't even know if this story is real because somebody doing that and then typing like this is an insanely stupid person. If that's like a real person who goes in and does all this stuff like grammatically perfect, commas, question marks, like M dashes, quotes, and all that stuff, and then suddenly turns into this person. This is a more casual, like real human conversation, and they can't see how, that's insane. That can't be. Is that a real person? Insane if true. Absolutely insane if true. Get the F out. Laugh, 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 laugh. This is gonna sound like invalidation, but you seriously need to get out of your head about all this. Final answer, I have nothing to say, and I feel no different towards you. LOL, I'm in my head, okay? Keep telling yourself that. Not even trying to be toxic right now, but you're getting me there. Just don't be friends. I think you guys are good. Time to grow up a little bit. Let's read here. It says, I've known her for 2 years, and our friendship has never left school, grade 12. You can't tell me that isn't AI writing those long texts. I knew immediately in my gut, but I was busy and didn't read it fully until a few hours later. Not even saying you have to read the full convo. I just want confirmation that it's AI, and if it was fair to not engage with her BS. I don't know what your relationship is like. I don't know, but I will say that's for sure AI, and that is so annoying. God, it's getting everywhere. What's the point of having a human connection if you need a robot to intermediate how you're gonna say how you feel? It's one thing to use a thesaurus to help you find the right word. Maybe there's a world where you use ChatGPT as a thesaurus, but doing this is insane. Insane. My friend, journal, okay? Journal more so you get better at articulating how you feel. You're more in touch with your emotions. You're able to communicate how you're feeling underneath the surface. You won't need to rely on ChatGPT to help you out if you just journal or reflect or go to therapy. Therapy's great. I love therapy so much, I got 2 therapists. Yeah, what a bad move. Bad move, dude. Bad form, Peter. Y'all ever seen Hook? Hook, best Steven Spielberg movie of all time. If you like Robin Williams, watch Hook. If you haven't seen it yet, watch Hook right now. Bad form, Peter. Shmee. What about me? You guys know what I'm talking about? Do yourself a favor, watch this movie this weekend. 1991. Watch this movie this weekend. My friend loves Robin Williams. That's his favorite actor of all time. And I told him to watch Hook. He's never seen it in his life. And I'm like, why don't you watch Hook? He's like, I can't. I'll get too sad. I'm heartbroken over Robin Williams. And I'm like, yeah, but Hook. But he's like mourning still. He's not gonna watch it. God, watch it. Okay, anyway. Am I overreacting for blocking?
He's still mourning.
After he overslept and didn't show up to our first
Understandable.
date? No, I don't think so. And this is coming from a previous chronic oversleeper. Hey, I just parked. Wednesday, 6:35 p.m. Oh no, I legit just woke up. Are you still there? This was 15 minutes. 15 minutes after the fact. If not all good, we can still rain check. Do you have Cash App or something so I can pay you for the gas you spent? Love, blocked call, blocked call, blocked call, missed call, missed call. Interesting. I, 25-year-old female, matched with Kevin, 25-year-old male, on Bumble, and we started chatting. Our conversation was very surface level, and we both would take a while to respond to each other. However, he eventually asked me when I was free, and we agreed that Wednesday worked for both of us. At this point, he gave me his phone number so we could get off the dating app and start texting. Our texts were also pretty surface level, and on Monday night, I asked him what the plan was for Wednesday. He then proceeded to call me, which I couldn't answer because I was at work. I work night shift, as I mentioned to him before. I told him I couldn't answer, and he said that he's a bad texter and told him to call him when I get a chance. Tuesday night, I called him, and we talked for about 15 minutes. It was a good conversation. We talked about random stuff like coffee and movies. We agreed to meet at a bar downtown on Wednesday evening. He was running errands during the day and said he would text me when he was done so we could decide on a time to meet. Wednesday at around 2 p.m. he texts and he says he's done running errands and asks what time I want to meet up, and we agree on 5 p.m. At around 4 p.m. he asked if we can meet up at 6:30 p.m. instead because he's still doing some That is fine with me, and I show up at around 6:30 p.m. and text him that I just parked. I don't hear from him, so I just decide to go into the bar and wait for him there. At 6:50 p.m., he texts me, oh no, and then 5 minutes later, he says, I just woke up. I will include the screenshots of texts and phone calls so you can see all the timestamps. For someone who claims to be a caller, not a texter, he didn't attempt to call me until about 7:45 p.m. Yeah, I think if he just called you straight up, I think if he just called and was like, oh, dude, oh, man, hey, you want to hear something crazy? Even then, it's bad. It's all bad. You have to communicate that, don't you? You have to be like, dude, I'm gonna take a nap. I don't know, a crazy day. Maybe we should rain check, blah, blah, blah. It sucks. That's your first impression on somebody. You know, maybe it was God being like, no, you're not meant for each other, and putting you to sleep. And, you know, I don't know. But sometimes, dude, you just pass out because you're exhausted. And in that situation, there's not much you can do. You know, like, this guy is not very responsible with his time, and that's not your problem. And so, yeah, you can block him if you want. You can just be like, no, I'm not. Is that somebody you want to be in a long-term relationship? Is that somebody you want to be with forever? Is it? Probably not. I told my friends that I was going to block him, and they told me I should give him another chance because he made an honest mistake. To me, it's not even the fact that he overslept, although I do find it strange how he had texted me at 4 p.m. claiming he's busy but still decided to take a nap knowing he had a date in 2 hours. You ever heard of a 30-minute power nap? Possible. You just gotta remember to set an alarm. He probably just, boom, he probably just passed out, dude. Honestly, been there. But it's how he handled the situation. If he had called me as soon as he woke up apologizing and saying that he's on the way, I would have been more understanding. Although he did offer to send me gas money, which is a nice gesture. I agree, that was very nice. He never actually apologized. Also, if you've never experienced getting stood up on a date, let me tell you, it is not a good feeling. Okay. So she was a little apprehensive. She was a little, oh God, I'm getting stood up, aren't I? I've never felt more stupid sitting in a bar alone with my makeup and hair done in a cute outfit waiting for this guy to show up. This would have been my first date in 2.5 years. Okay. That's a lot of weight you're carrying, a lot of feelings you're carrying. First date in 2.5 years. I get that, dude. It's tough. My friends were so excited for me and I was excited too. Instead, I felt humiliated and was on the verge of tears. Was my reaction too harsh or should I have given him another chance? What do you guys think? I don't know. I think reading these texts here, for sure, she probably felt uncomfortable for 15 minutes. For sure. And that's not a good feeling. It's not a good first impression. Do I think this is a power play? No. You know, he's going, oh no, I legit just woke up. Are you still there? If not, all good. We can still rain check. Do you have a Cash App or something? You know, he's trying. Do I think it's an honest mistake? Yeah.
It does not do anything.
It's completely up to you. I don't know. I haven't read the comments yet, so I don't know what everybody's thinking, but sometimes you ain't got time for that. You want somebody to be, if his first impression to you is that he's not responsible, that's tough. That is tough. That's not very good. It's going to be real hard to recover from that. If this was a fluke and a one-time thing for this guy, he's never going to do that again. But if it's something that he does routinely, and he doesn't know how to like take ownership for his schedule, that's a problem. That's not somebody you want to be with, ultimately. Not somebody you'd want to build a life and a family with, theoretically. I don't know. Let's read what comments have to say. Let's take a look here. Not overreacting. Kevin will learn a valuable lesson about setting alarms when taking a nap before a planned outing, if that even is what happened. He changed the time of the date and then missed it. Move on fast. Yeah. Yep. Not overreacting, obviously, but weeks of surface level conversation with delayed replies followed by immediately missing your first date. Yeah, that's fair. Girl, this is not a loss. I'd also be super turned off by someone taking a nap right before a first date, especially someone who claimed to be so busy. My thinking is if he actually fell asleep, he did not mean to. We've all been there where maybe he ate like a heavy lunch that was like full of, dude, this happens to me too, in terms of like, if I eat something that has a lot of sodium, I'm night-night. I'm out. I'm gone, dude. There's a restaurant near me that sells like cookout style food, like rotisserie chicken, barbecue baked beans, cornbread, like mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, all that stuff. And I'll get it once or twice a week because it's, you know, it's got a lot of goodness in there, man. It's a nice little nightcap for me. And I'll eat it on my couch. I'm watching TV. I'm eating it on my couch. And dude, it's like if a pro wrestler were in the background and just watching me eat. And as soon as I finish eating, they come up and they just land on me, dude, because I pass out and I wake up on the couch. Every time this happens, I wake up on the couch at 3 a.m. and I drag my ass upstairs to finish the night on the bed. And then I'm mad because I didn't take my pills at night. So I have to either take them at 3 a.m. or if I forget to, if I just pass out again upstairs, then I have to wait until the morning. Anyway, moral of the story, it happens. But before a date, right? That gets me right there. How are you going to postpone for being super busy and then miss it because you took a nap? I love the if you are not there, it's okay, we can brain check. Mofo not only doesn't show any remorse, but is acting like you missed the date, all generous and forgiving. LOL, just boot this guy and be done with it. Wait, you're so right? I didn't even notice that. He's saying, it's okay, don't worry about it, to himself. Okay, and then this one says, nah, first date, you're supposed to be on your best behavior. This guy decides to take a nap and doesn't even set his phone alarm. Also, he claims he's not good at texting, setting up his excuse for poor communication ahead of time. Don't waste any more time on him, not overreacting.
I have everything I need to make it to 420.
Yeah. Tough. This happened to me when a girl I'd been messaging didn't show up for the first date. No second chances. She proved to me she didn't value my time, so I just blocked her. Not overreacting. You know what? This actually happened to me. I was in town. There was a girl I'd kind of like flirted with before in the past. It was in my hometown. And I said something like, hey, let's do coffee like tomorrow at 10 a.m. this spot, blah, blah, blah. Next morning rolls around. I go, yo, hello? We good? Nothing. And then she says, oh my God, hours and hours later. She goes, oh my God, I was at a party last night. I lost my phone. I just got it back. Give me another time and I'll be there. And then I replied to her, nah. NAA. And that was it. Yeah, so this has happened to me before.
Nah.
And that's what I ended up doing. So
no,
I
fam.
don't know. Take that for what you will. I guess no. Yeah, don't give him a second chance. Yeah, that's where I stand because that's what I've done. All right, next story. Am I overreacting? Letting my brother bathe with toys. What kind
Yes,
of toys?
we did it.
So how old is your brother? And why did I click on something 18 plus? My 18-year-old brother, 12-year-old, is autistic. He's very smart and capable. He takes good care of himself. He does amazing in school, and he's extremely talented artistically. Okay, boy can draw. We like that. Given how well he's able to take care of himself, while I was babysitting the other night, he asked if it was all right for him to take a bath instead of a shower. I said yes. I trust that he can bathe himself properly, and if he wants to take a bath, that's none of my business. He also asked if he could take some of his rubber lizard toy things with him. He just likes to have them around, like in his pocket or on his desk, and I said sure. They wouldn't get ruined by the water, so I didn't see an issue. So they're not like electric or anything. They don't have like battery-operated motorized things. Okay. Anyways, my dad called me today because he saw one of the toys in my brother's bathroom and asked my brother, who told him that he took a bath and had the toys with him. My dad scolded me, told me baths are for little kids and not middle schoolers, and that my brother shouldn't be playing with toys anyways. Huh? Your brother shouldn't be playing for toys? This is your autistic 12-year-old son. You already know that he likes to have lizard toys around. So that's what this guy says. He just likes to have them around in his pocket or on his desk. So that's already a part of your son's identity. Why are you adding that to this? Also, baths can rock. I told my dad that was effing crazy because my brother is literally 12. Not only is he not too old to play with toys, but it's ridiculous to bar him from baths. I saw him after he bathed. I know he cleaned himself. My dad argued that that wasn't the point and told me not to let him take a bath again or bring his toys into the shower. Pause. Is this a water bill issue? I think maybe just say that. I think it's a money thing. Just say that. Just say it's a water. Just be like, hey, I'd prefer not to take baths. It costs a lot more. Or like, don't take baths. We're in a drought. You don't need to bring into his character and stuff and like the toys and blah blah.
Ow.
This dad has shame about something. If it's finances, that's one thing. If it's about his son, that sucks. I think you're doing right so far, but let's keep reading. I'm genuinely appalled, and the more I think about it, the more I'm worried that I misinterpreted something somehow. Is it weird for a 12-year-old to take baths? And is it weird for a 12-year-old to bring a toy into the bath with him? Edit.
No, it's not.
I'm overwhelmed by the sheer amount of replies I've gotten to this. Thank you all so much for your kind words and support. I know my dad is weird and controlling. He has been my entire life. Sometimes I get worried that he's doing normal parent things and I'm overreacting because I'm used to him being weird and I automatically clock his behavior as weird when it might not be. My mother is in the picture as well, but she and my father do not speak and only interact through a monitored app. Exclusively about child support and medical bills. My mom sees no issue with the 12-year-old taking baths with toys. I moved out of my dad's house into my mom's because my mental health was in the gutter and I worry about my younger siblings a lot. I don't want to overreact just because I'm afraid of something that might not even happen. I tried to read and reply to as many comments as I could. Thank you all for taking the time to respond. Edit 2, I forgot to add that I now have some good ideas to put in my brother's Easter basket, bath bombs and bath crayons. Okay, so it looks like Reddit wants him to keep taking baths. Let's see what some of the comments say. Not overreacting, your dad is weird. There's no age limit to baths. If your brother's happy, why is your dad so pressed? Get over it, Dad. Take a bath, baby. 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 More people who love baths here, right? Like I'm 30 and I love a bath. I'm 45 and I spent $1,000 on a bathtub in which I could fully submerge myself. And while I don't play with toys like plastic lizards anymore, I certainly enjoy things like my cat-shaped soap pump. Cat-shaped soap pump? Oh my god, adorable. Very good. Oh wow. Oh, okay, I'm getting off Etsy. I'm 47, reading this post in the bathtub. I take baths almost nightly. They're relaxing. Ops dad is weird. Also, my stepson is 20 and autistic. He still plays with toys. He prefers showers, but if he asked to take a bath and take in some of his toys, as long as the bath wouldn't ruin them, I wouldn't think twice about it. I would just ask which scent of bubble bath he would want to borrow, hand him the bottle, and tell him how much of it to use, and leave him be. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, sometimes, dude, if you put in Epsom salts and stuff, make sure you hydrate sometimes. You know, if you take a bath. I remember one time I took a bath with my assistant, Lee, in the past on this channel. Very strange. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of my first videos on this channel.
Oh,
Anyway,
it's not
as
ready.
a result of that, we had so much soap. We had so much bubble bath soap and stuff. I was like, I was so dehydrated for the rest of the day. I don't know why, but just make sure you're drinking enough water, okay? Just, hey, if you're going to bath safe. Bathe safe. It's actually toxic masculinity. Only babies and women take baths. Used to be a part of the man code of Fee generations ago. Faux blue collar men. Hello? What the fuck was that? Not overreacting. Your father's very weird. Adults still enjoy baths, and most 12-year-olds are still interested in toys. Regardless of the normalcy angle, if your brother still likes these things, they're causing no harm. My wife is in her 50s and takes a bath at least 5 nights a week. Several people in my family prefer baths to showers, and none of them are children. Yeah, I don't know. Dad's weird. I think it's obvious that Dad's weird on this. We don't really have to go deep into it, but yeah, just what a strange guy. Sorry that you're insecure about whatever it is you're insecure about, Dad. Maybe figure that out. If it's money, say that. Just say it's a money problem. Sad all around. I'm sure this next story will be better. Based on the title, it says, am I overreacting? My date said he likes me because I'm ugly. First message from this dude says, when I find an activity, substance, etc., that makes me feel positive, I chase it hard. But when I find a person that makes me feel that way, I chase them 110%. I can look through 10,000 profiles and find nobody that makes me feel anything. I get so bored talking to people and hoping the right person pops up, and then some random person like you comes along and my brain goes crazy, and all of a sudden I want to be living inside your skin 24/7. Pretty good. For no logical reason, and I can't even rationalize it, and I think that's what made me so desirable and successful in the past, because to everyone else, I am just so cold and careless? Dude, what in the fucking Sigma male red pill verse bullshit are you fucking reading, you you moron? What are you doing? You're trying to present yourself as this guy that you think, like, the red pill culture wants you to be. I'm going to be alpha, cold and careless. Shut up. Boring. Boring. Live a life, will you? You know what's hot? Having friends. Have some male friends you can talk to, because maybe they'll convince you that what you just said is f***ing stupid. Take a bag. I already hate this guy, and I think what made me so desirable and successful in the past because I'm just, I don't even know, but I guess what I'm trying to say is something about you triggered what I want, and I hope you understand, even if I am just a hinge buddy, you really caught my eye, and I will obsess. And she responded, because why? I don't know. The thing that I don't like is what made me desirable in the past, cold and careless to everyone else, successful, like, I don't know, dude, this guy, he's weird. Sorry, he's clearly in the manosphere. Something's up with him. So she responds for some reason, and she says, oh, okay, but like, what triggered this passionate desire to live inside my skin? I think, maybe she matches his freak a little bit. I think the truth would offend you. You can offend me. Y'all are juggling grenades. You are juggling grenades! Stop this! That didn't look like what was going to play, but that's what played. I think a piece of it, and I truly mean a piece only, because I cannot really understand myself. Oh, you can't understand yourself? How cool, how mysterious. Dork. Is that most people would not find you attractive, but in my mind, that makes you so effing beautiful to me, because I see what others don't, and I can truly make you all mine without a lot of competition if this were to progress. Pause. Just be with me here in this moment. Let's just breathe. Inhale, exhale. He thinks he cannot have any competition. What the fuck? Oh my God. What the fuck is that, dude? Oh, you loser. Oh God. You absolute daffodil of a man. We found a daffodil dump here. Don't worry, I'm going to show you a pretty cute picture of something on iBleach. Maybe it'll be a cat, a mouse, a dog, a hamster. Who knows? That's coming up because we need it. But right now, let's muscle through this mud, huh? We can't. Hey, no mud, no lotus. That's a Buddhist saying. Been to a couple meetings. Shut up. That's the type of person I'd want to marry. The type of person I can trust, and the type of person I can make love to, because that is just so sexy to me. Jesus, this guy is crazy. I think it's fair to say he's nuts, right? Is it not extremely obvious that this living contradiction of a pussy boil is thinking two completely different things or purporting two different things at the same time? He's so ridiculously insecure and strange. And then he's trying to escalate it to a physical place where he's like, yeah, and also we did make sweet love. What do you think the woman is going to respond? You're stabbing her in the stomach and you're going, is that nice for you? While also you're wearing like a demon mask. You're a weirdo, dude. Not just weird. This is alien behavior. Welcome to the first day on Earth, my friend. But dude, you got to read something else. Read anything else. So she responds, for some reason, wait, why would most people not find me attractive? Crying emoji. He says, Western standards are too high, it's not even you. She says, what are the Western standards or anything? Or like the thing I don't fit or fulfill. He says, I already told you how beautiful you are to me. It would be hard to describe the features I don't see as beautiful, and I'm not even just saying that.
Why is this one blue?
Effed. I'm serious. Yes, your mind is effed. Your mind is messed up. She goes, wait, but like, explain though. And he goes, look, I'd cuff you forever, so don't think I'm insulting you. Also, little love bomb me, right? I'd cuff you forever. You're the type of woman I'd want to marry. I'd want to, make love people. Blah, blah. What's going on here? Why is she playing along? Is she playing along because she's collecting information? She says, like, I've had this exact
Why is this one 380?
In college. A guy has said this to you before? Did he read the same bullshit in red pilled book? Is that what happened? Oh no, I'm bringing back trauma, crying emoji. I hate this guy. Like, I get attractiveness is subjective, but like, is it because I'm not white? And then he says, I want to date for real though, good night. And then she follows up for some reason. Hey,
why
I was thinking
is it
about
called?
and I've realized I don't really feel comfortable being in a relationship with someone who finds me unattractive. I think it would be unhealthy and toxic for me. Agree. And I don't want to put myself in that headspace, but you seem very cool and it was super wonderful meeting you, so I wish you the best going forward. Oh, you've already met. He goes, you are attractive to me, but I get it. I was also very drunk, so don't take it to heart. And she goes, thank you and appreciate it. Have a great day. Being drunk, not an excuse to be a fucking maniac. If you're getting yourself to the point where you're so drunk you don't know how to interperson, you don't know how to people, then you are still the problem. You are still the problem because you decided to continue drinking and pick up that phone. You still made that mistake. Alcohol did not make that mistake. You did by picking up another drink and being a fucking asshole. There's a little description here. Let's see. My date from Hinge said he's interested in me because most people wouldn't be attracted to me, so he would have less competition dating me. I'm a 23-year-old female. He's 27-year-old male. I blocked him afterwards because I felt confused and offended, but now I'm wondering if I overreacted and he wasn't trying to insult me on purpose. He's doing something. I don't know what it is. He's doing something. Prior to that comment, he seemed really nice, cool, funny, etc., and even called me pretty multiple times, so I'm wondering if I misunderstood him or am overreacting. No, this guy is insane. Insane. Move on with your bad self. Go do anything else. Anyone else. Go on dates. Go on multiple dates. What an insane guy. And maybe also think about warning the next person he's with. I don't know. Let's read the comments here because I'm going to explode. It says, everyone thinks I'm cold and careless. I'm bored of most people and nobody can make me feel anything. But then I saw you. And now I will live in your skin. I will obsess over you. Nobody else will want you, so I can make you mine. I don't know you, but I can see things in you that nobody else can see. I'd cuff you forever. You didn't find anything else off about him besides insulting your appearance? Eye emoji. Yes. Yes. Very good. 8,000 upvotes on that. Yes. And then the reply says, don't forget how desirable and successful he's been, but yet he admits he can't handle any competition at all. Sure, bud. Okay, thank you. This is exactly it. Psycho literally says he wants to live inside of her skin, and Op is over here like, he called me ugly. Like, girl, run for your life. My God, is natural fear dead? Not overreacting, but my genuine good God. Raise your standards. Raise your standards, dude. Take a bath. Think about it. I'm gonna delete that song. That makes no sense here. Not overreacting. That's good old-fashioned negging. Cut and run, boo. You're beautiful to me is a setup for manipulation and control and making you insecure. The fact that he even set you up to get permission to offend you is sociopathic and pathetic. He's simultaneously negging and love-bombing you. He seems like he's trying to manipulate you into having low self-worth. That whole no one else would want you BS, not overreacting. Yeah, he's freaking weird. Run. Run away. Oh my God. Make you all mine without a lot of competition. Bro, he literally just villain-splained his intentions. This is the start of his serial killer manifesto. All right. Let's move on. Am I overreacting? I, 20-year-old female, feel like this guy, 22-year-old male, just insulted me because I didn't want to go out with him. He probably did, based on what we've seen. Her phone is at 2%, but I'm glad she's charging. I will forgive, but I will not forget. Dinner tomorrow? Oh, my bad. I just remembered film club takes precedence. No big deal. Wanted something from blank and figured you might also enjoy. Link next week. No, this is Thursday. She didn't respond. He goes, when you ask a female to do some shit and she thinks you mean like a date. Huh? She goes, sorry, forgot to message back. Yeah, let me know what you guys are doing next week. I'll see if I can come. Good, gang. Yeah, and she's saying, let me know what you guys are doing next week. Yeah, she's not interested. This is very clear. He goes, and this is later, he goes, might be way off base, but I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings by showing you to the friend zone. Huh? Huh? What? Oh, God. Move on, brother. Brother, move on. There are so many fish in the sea, and there's so many more dots here. God damn it. We're not even close to done. Okay, I'm just gonna keep reading, but just buckle up, folks. Here we go. Sorry if I hurt your feelings by showing you to the friend zone. It seems to me that you kind of hate yourself. God! Remind me, we're doing eye bleach after this. I'm sorry. We should have done. I'm opening it in a new tab. We're doing this after. Oh, it hurts. It hurts me. This hurts. It seems to me that you kind of hate yourself, and I see no point in trying to romance someone who has bad relationship with themselves. I hope there is some consolation in knowing that it wasn't for lack of good looks or a charming personality. I have a boyfriend. Laughing emoji. This is the weirdest text ever. Great response.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you're trying to be funny or something, but I thought you were basically inviting me into your friend group, and now I'm really confused. And then he says that's pretty much what I was trying to do, but when you showed up solo to the link on Tuesday and talked mostly about how depressing and stressful your life is and how you've been feeling kind of crummy about yourself lately and made no mention of a significant other of any kind, I got the impression it might be because of a recent breakup. I mistakenly thought that you might have thought me asking you to get some soup on Friday was anything more than a friendly invitation. Then when you didn't show up to class today, I thought that my actions were the cause. Forgive me for the misunderstanding. I suppose I just be making stuff up in my head sometimes. She said, I definitely never said my life is depressing or crummy. 2, I definitely never spoke bad about myself. Okay, so this guy's just a nutbag. 3, I didn't feel it was necessary to say I had a boyfriend because I didn't think anyone was trying to hit on me. And I thought you were inviting me to go with you and your friends, and I didn't show up to class because I thought we didn't have class. I forgive you, and I never want to hang out again. LOL, good for you. Good job. That's that. Good for you. Yeah, you got a good head on your shoulders. This guy's weird. They say, my bad, thought I heard you say that your parents were divorced. Who cares? What? You move around a lot, and so no place ever really felt like home, and also that you had a stepsister who you couldn't trust with anything. What are you doing? And I distinctly remember you saying that you dyed your hair because you weren't really feeling yourself. Oh, God. Also, it didn't sound like you had that many hobbies outside of school clubs, YouTube shorts, and occasionally going dancing. I was running around a lot, though, so I didn't really get much time to speak with you or listen to what you had to say. What a winner, huh? What a cool guy. We should date him. Again, I just be making stuff up sometimes to fill in the gaps in my knowledge. Awesome. So you know my parents were divorced when I was 11. My hair is blonde, but I dyed it brown, and now I'm growing it out because I don't like it. And I apparently don't have sufficient hobbies according to you. All information you gathered without even having a single conversation with me, huh? You guys never had a one-on-one? Really not sure how that all concludes. I have depressing life and low self-esteem. Thanks for letting me know. And he goes, you come from a broken home. You have no real sense of direction of your life, and your hobbies are used to kill time instead of accomplishing a goal. It sounds depressing AF when you put it that way. From what I know about you, I'd be depressed as hell if I had to walk a mile in your shoes, and I didn't just give you the cold shoulder all night. We had more than one conversation. Again, he's trying to put himself in a place of power, and I didn't just give you the cold shoulder. He's being so weird. And what sucks about all of this is, like, I feel like this worked on somebody. That's what sucks. I think this worked on somebody in the past. Somebody with really, this kind of stuff only works on people with actual true low self-esteem who need, like, affirmation from another guy, and it's just manipulative, and it's dumb, and it's gross, and it's also like, dude, again, like, you're clearly still pursuing her because you're still messaging her back and you're saying all this stuff. So if you believe what you're saying, clearly you don't, because if you do believe what you're saying, you think she comes from a broken home, you're trying to friend zone her, blah, 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 like then you are pursuing somebody who you think you are better than, and that says a lot about you as a man, you dummy. Hate this guy. Let's see what she replies. Hopefully she's like, I'm about to block you. You've literally just made up a story about who I am. I never put it that way. Me and your friends were just having random conversations about what we like to do and background stories. I'm impressed with your ability to completely fabricate things. Let's stop texting now. Pretty good. Just let that go. When he's 22. Yeah, stop texting. ASAP. ASAP. Let's read the description here. It says, for context, the first two slides are him asking me to hang out after I hung out with him and his friend group, which was a lot of fun, and we talked about different things for hours. He was cooking while the rest of us talked. I'm not the type to degrade myself or talk about feelings, so I for sure know I didn't say anything about my quality of life. My quality of life is good. I love my relationships and hobbies, and I enjoy school. I met this guy in chemistry class, and he said he does stand-up, so I told him I would get people together to go support his openings. Anyways, he ended up inviting me to hang, and then he sent me that weird meme, incel vibes. I tried to just ignore it because I like his friend group and it was fun the first time. Then I randomly get the text in the third slide at work. I was completely insulted and confused, especially when he later suggested I have no sense of direction in life. What the F? So yeah, am I being mean or is he literally out of his mind? He's out of his mind. You're not being mean at all. You could be a lot meaner. I don't know. Let's read some of these comments. That meme, and then this guy's saying, what the F? He's such an alpha male, putting women in their places. I forgive you and I never want to hang out again. Man, I wish I had been as cool and confident as you at 20. Yeah, dude, that's pretty cool. That's a great thing to say at 20 years old. The faster you can understand, oh, this person I don't want to see again. You know, the better you can get at that, the faster you can do that, good for you, man. It's who you surround yourself with that really makes up your entire life. The way he made everything about him, you didn't show up to class because of him. The absolute unearned ego, Jesus effing C. There's so much wrong with this. He's just projecting. Does he know how hobbies work? I have so many things to say. I don't think he's just projecting. He's being so weird. He's being so weird. What is the deal? Oh, girl, his ego was just so shaken that you weren't enthusiastic to hang out again that he had to do mental gymnastics on why you were a bad fit for him. Like you showed any romantic interest in the first place. That was really funny reading as he spun out and then tried to turn it back on her. It's giving, you can't fire me, I quit. Dude, you never worked here to begin with. Not overreacting, I would have blocked him after I saw that meme or whatever that is. Yeah, dude. Yeah, the block would have hit early. Your hobbies are used to kill time rather than complete a goal. You mean a hobby? The F? Seems like he's trying to neg you and put you down, and he's mad this didn't work out like he planned. He's definitely projecting a lot. I'd blocked or just stopped responding to him, and then Op replied. They said, yeah, I blocked him shortly after the last. No, you're not overreacting. I'm so glad you shared this, though, so that way people on the receiving end of this video can understand that that is highly manipulative and insane behavior, and do not accept that from anybody. In the meantime, let's look at eye bleach and see this little rat or mouse. I'm unsure. He's got a little thing of cheese all over the little hand. These look like human hands. What the heck? What are you chewing on? Yarn? What is that? This is like 144p going on right here. Oh yeah, just two rats hanging out, dude. This is me and my homie. This is us dapping it up. Yes, yes. And then there's a cat. Hopefully, no mixing of the two. Is there such thing as friends who are cats and rats? Oh yeah, up close, real close. Orange cat. Heck yeah, dude. Another cat, tiny little baby kitty. Love that. Loving this. little fluffy nugget there. It looks like a little cow. And this kind of looks like the shape of Africa. Anyway, there's some eye bleach for you. Hopefully it was enough to unclog this storm of a toilet we just walked straight into for a while. But folks, listen, you know what? To wrap this up, let's get a little motivational quote. Let's go down here. From Angela Davis. She says, I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept. Ooh, I can leave you with that. Huh? That's pretty good. Hey, change the things you can't accept. I'm sure that's easier said than done, but something to think about. Shout out to Angela Davis, and shout out to you. I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Outro.